Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host. Let's get into this. So, hi guys, I hope all is well. Happy Saturday. No periodic table, no alien talk. However, you already know the creator came through with the message. Alright, so I know that a lot of us are aware of these different groups, organizations, covens, whatever you want to call it, right? Of people that practice dark arts, all right? I would like to first add that a lot of the people that are spiritual in a sense, all of them don't practice dark arts, but they're in groups of people who do, okay? So their spirits are being charged by negative vibrations as well, all right? When you are born, and I'm speaking to people who are considered chosen, indigos, starseeds, black sheeps, whatever you want to make this title out to be, right? There are people who literally know who you are in the spirit as a result of having contact with your family. And yeah, some of these groups and these people, they know who your family is. They're a part of your family. They're friends of the family. They're neighbors. They're co-workers. They are friends of friends. All of that jazz, right? And then there are people who are not connected to your family, but they're aware. So some of these people, they know who you are when you get here as a result of direct contact, and they get to interact with you, and God will give them downloads, or because they're entangled in so much negative energy, they've been sent to monitor, right? We've talked about these monitoring spirits. And then you have some who are awaiting your arrival. They know that you're coming. They know that there is a Messiah coming into certain families. And believe it or not, a lot of them, they're assigned in this world to keep track and make sure that the starseeds are coming on time. All of them are not good. All of them are not bad. Some of them are neutral, right? There are tons of groups that study not only the energetic influence and influx that occurs in your environment when you're a child, in the world when you are born, but whatever classrooms you go into, whoever it is that you come into contact, they pay attention and study the influx and the energy with whomever you come into contact with from your childbirth until your death. A lot of these people are immortal. A lot of these people you'll never ever meet because they're in the shadows. It is their job to study the second coming, the star seeds, the energies that are coming. And they don't only study the star seeds, they study the hell readers too, right? Because like we talked yesterday, for every one good, there's one bad and there's one neutral. Those neutral souls, and we've talked about this, are those souls that the good and the bad are fighting for. This is how the armies and the camps are built up, okay? A lot of these neutral souls are strong in nature, or they're new to the realms, and this is why there's such a battle for them. The good and the bad, your soul has been through these bouts, through tons of life cycles, and the ethers are prepared for you, and they are thriving off of your energy, right? Off of your existence. Yeah, the actual spiritual world is thriving off of your existence. I know, it's crazy to think, right? And we have all these different theories about, how the world is formed and what type of dimension we're really in, how the world moves, how time works. All of your understanding of this will affect how you perceive and interact with the spiritual world, right? So I think going back to the basics of science, physics, mathematics, astrology, as well as astronomy will give you a better understanding of your own spiritual aspect. This is why I've been telling you guys to learn your birth charts. Learn your birth charts, because remember, a lot of these planets that we base this information off of, right? And you can study and learn for yourself. You don't have to go off of any of the books. You can literally study for yourself, right? Like you can say, I know 12 years ago, all of my friends were Virgos. I know 15 years ago, all of the people that I worked with were Capricorns and Cancers and, Sagittarius, whatever. You can literally study the cycles in your life as it pertains to energy, right? These birth dates of these people is energy. This is frequency, vibration. If you know that you're in an environment where everyone is born at a particular time, there cannot be a coincidence. There has to be a solid reason for that. And you might not be able to even explain it all or even understand it, but you can see the consistency of the vibration when you're in certain environments, okay? Most of the time we find ourselves looking to make connections that we may not even really understand why we want to make those connections. We just know that we've made them. We just know that we have to tap in to certain things unconsciously. And this is that God, that Christ consciousness, that collective energy that we talked about a few months ago, right? We've gone into, and I'm going to try to be a little bit more deliberate and organized with the messages, but I can't control how the Creator drops them on me. And I have no control over how He wants me to put them out there, okay? So if you're rocking with me, just rock with me. Okay, I'm going to try to be a little bit more organized. But like I said, however He gives it to me and tells me to give it to you is how I'm going to do it. All right. But we get studied. We've been studied our entire lifetime. And some of our doctors, some of our teachers, some of our neighbors, some of our family friends, some of our in-laws, some of them are sent in our lives to balance out the different frequencies that are attached to our birth chart. Some of them are monitoring spirits. They report back to demons and angels, because we have this thing with monitoring spirits where we're like, oh yeah, they're from hell. Some of us are attached to different frequencies and dimensions and vibrations. So these people aren't always there to hurt us, right? Some, like me, I'll use my family as an example. I have witches from dark and light that are attached to my bloodline. So not all of the dark angels are coming to watch me to take away. Some of them are watching me to protect me from the other dark forces, right? These dark forces can only fight the dark forces. It's not light. I'm not saying the light forces cannot, but I'm saying in nature, in frequency, and we're talking about vibration, the light angels are fighting off other aspects. The dark angels that are sent in are sometimes fighting off the dark entities, the dark enemies. This is just how it's, made and designed. You have to talk to God about why He set it up the way He did. Everyone has a different frequency attached to them. And some of us have it greater than others. And the people that are placed into your life, whether it's immediate contact or not, they have a better understanding of the war that you are fighting, not only because they know who you are, not only because they know your history, not only because this is what they do, but because they understand the spiritual war that's going on around all of us. And I don't have a direct answer. I'm just giving you the download. There are people who know of our existence. They're aware of who we are and what our purpose is way before our parents were even born. They're even tracking our parents to make sure our parents are meeting at the right place, falling in love at the right time, conceiving us at the right time, giving birth to us in the right locations, because we have to make sure that the right doctors are bringing us in, because there's a frequency even connected to that. I think having a good relationship with your parents is one aspect of it, but knowing the history of how you were conceived will give you a really good idea and notion on what it is that is attached to you. Okay? You have no idea the different things that are surrounding you as we speak vibrationally, because it was assigned to you by God, because it is attached to you via your bloodline, because it is something that is a part of your purpose in your journey, whether you had to break it off or introduce it into the world. We don't have control over a lot of the things, and God wanted me to use some things as an example to prove women don't have control over their menstrual cycles. I think that is a telltale sign of the existence of something greater than ourselves. Most of us, if we could control it, we would opt out of the menstrual cycle. I'm serious, right? A lot of us are not ecstatic about it. The desires of a man is a telltale sign that there is something greater in charge of the man. A lot of men, if they could control it, would be somewhere free doing a whole bunch of other stuff. And in fact, that's the downfall of a lot of men. They don't do what it is that God has called them to do because of their desires. Most men fall victim to what? Lust. Okay? Because God has called the man to provide and take care of the family. And God has given the man these desires to give him something to tame and control before he gives him a family to provide for. Because once a man can control his sexual urges and desires and put that energy into something life-sustaining, life-building, something that is gratifying, that will connect him to the Creator, he's stepping in his divine masculine energy. And of course, things like greed, anger, fear, those are all like earthbound frequencies, right? But remember, sex is what connects us to the spiritual realm. So that's why lust is one of the most powerful things, because through lust, sex is carried out and acted out. And different vibrations and frequencies can be attached to you through sex. Okay? And that's kind of like not connected to the topic, but it's a part of the point that's being made. There are people who know who you are. They study you from the time you're born to the time you're checking out of here. So if someone who, and I'm just asking you this question to give you an idea of how this warfare actually works. If someone can study you enough from afar, and of course they have these spiritual gifts to be able to, make certain determinations, but if they can study you from afar and learn you enough to determine who you are, to confirm who you are, and to make certain spiritual decisions, right? Because some of them have to determine if they're going to attack you or not, if they're going to send you good vibrations or bad vibrations, if you are on time, if you're the correct manifestation of the prophecy, or if you are going the opposite way. All right. Ask the Creator to confirm this message and send you images of the people that are monitoring you, that know you, that know your parents. Ask God to reveal. He will. All right. But I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend, drinking your water, eating your fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea. All right. Love y'all. Peace.